Madam Chair, these are just annual membership dues for SEMCOG. Our membership expired, and I think it was the clerk, Cindy Bauer, that tried to initiate some contact with SEMCOG, and they had indicated that the membership had expired. So Cindy reached out and tried to find the historical funding source. That's the only thing I think we're at this point that we're not sure of is if the account will be coming from this account or if it's going to be possibly split. This is a city.
Yeah.
This will be how it's going to come, or we're not sure yet?
We're not sure.
Okay, so essentially if it doesn't come from this major roads, admin, and engineering, it'll come from two different accounts under dues and subscriptions for water and dues and subscription for sewer. And it'll be split 50-50, but the membership itself won't change. It'll just be the funding source that may change.
And that's the 7,000 number? Oh.
Mayor, if I could add some information on that to the council. A couple of things, or a number of the things that SEMCOG has helped the city of Taylor with include a roads grant that we received that was in the tune of $400,000. That's going to install sidewalks under E-Course and Telegraph. The grant total on that is over $400,000. The city would be with a project cost of about $500,000. So that's one project that they've helped the city with. They've also been involved with our stormwater discharge permit, as well as helping with the compost site and planning issues and such. So they help quite a bit in various areas of the community.
Madam Chair, if I could add to that, there's another one later in the agenda, the MML, that we'll talk about that similar. You know, we've historically been a paying subscriber that also have some unique benefits to the city of Taylor. So.
Okay, moving ahead, item number 6 is the second reading for the rezoning of that parcel of property adjacent to the Key West Cafe.
Madam Chair? Going back to the minutes, I didn't get all the minutes, so I got a page of them.
Oh yeah, I only got one page too. Looks like we all did.
Yeah, we all got one page.
All right. Make some copies.
I'll just do it right now. Well, me, I'm trying to learn more. I'm going to copy it over there. I'll make it sure.
Just a second page? Yeah, I want to see. He changed it.
I'll take them off.
There we go. Because I have to.
Okay, so, any questions on this rezoning? Item number 7. This is a motion to receive and final city board approval of media partnership with CBS Radio Detroit in an amount not to exceed $20,000.
Madam Chair, this was something unique this year that we went to the TIPA board last week and requested their support. Our goal is that we'd like to partner with CBS Radio this year for the Taylor Summer Festival. In that, we'd like to purchase some paid advertising with them. I did send you guys all a PowerPoint, 2 PowerPoints. It was a little later in the afternoon, talking about the economic impact of the Taylor Summer Festival. A few years ago, one of the, I don't know if it was the Detroit News or the News Herald or one of the papers actually did a small study on it, and they estimated that $7 million is injected into the local economy as a result of the Taylor Summer Festival. So we're running on shortened time this year, so TIPA was gracious enough to approve the expenditure, and now we'll bring it forward for a receiver's file so that everybody's aware of it.
Do you think that the $20,000 will take up the whole, just for the summer festival, or would you foresee that you could use it for other things?
The way we went to TIPA was just for the summer festival.
Okay.
Now, we did earmark in the budget, we have a placeholder for another expense that we would go to them for the telegraph cruise, but that would be a separate item brought back at a separate date.
Okay.
So, you're welcome.
Madam Chair, I just want to say real quick, I sat in on that meeting of the TIPA, and I just,
Charlie and everybody that sat on that board. I was really impressed with everybody on that staff and how everybody worked together and stuff. Never going to any of those meetings or anything like that. I think it's a great team on that, and the PowerPoint was pretty good too.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and if I could add to that, I know that some people think that going to TIFA is really easy to get money from that group. It is extremely challenging. They are very, very frugal, and a lot of questions were asked, and you know, the advice that I can give to my staff going forward is be prepared, because they don't let you just come in and leave with money. It was difficult, but again, they just do their due diligence, and you know, at the end of the day, it all comes down to economic development, and you know, we want this to be successful, and you know, they were very supportive of our plan.
Well, I just want to say that, you know, that's only my second meeting with TIFA. I'm very impressed with those people. So I'm going to ask them a lot of questions to learn as much as I can, but there's some very sharp cookies on there.
What's the point of this being on our agenda?
Madam Chair, last year there was an item that was approved by TIFA and not brought forward by the administration for city council approval. So what TIFA said was, just kind of as a practice, if we could bring these expenditures forward for city council's knowledge. Historically, there's nothing that says that TIFA approved items require city council approval. It's just the practice that's always historically taken place. So the previous administration got into a little bit of picking and choosing. So TIFA said, we just prefer that you take everything to city council so that they know what's happening. So we agree.
We'll see every TIFA expense as a receiving file?
Yes.
Item 8, this is a motion to receive and file the TIFA board's approval of payment for the Michigan Municipal League's membership fees, and including participation in the legal defense fund in an amount not to exceed $12,700.
Madam Chair, similarly, SEMCOG, this was one of those membership that expired, and again, I think the decision previous to this term was that they did not want to participate or pay the money. So I reached out to the chairman of TIFA before we brought it forward and asked him if this would be an appropriate request. It had me a little bit concerned, because not everything the MML does is just economic development. So we brought it forward after that meeting took place, and TIFA agreed to pay for this. Quite honestly, I can't say that they'll continue to pay for this every year, but they did agree this year, based on the argument we presented, they agreed to cover the expense. But again, the MML provides a lot of value. One of the things that we reached out to them initially was, after having seven new council members elected, was they do training for elected officials, and that's when we learned that we're not even a paying member. So it caught me off guard and was somewhat alarming, because again, there's for the $12,000 we pay, there's a lot of value. And then they offer even the legal support for an additional, what was it, Jason, $1,200 or $1,400?
Yeah, I think it was in that range, 1250 around there.
So this total includes both the subscription as well as the legal defense option.
So once this membership takes place, we can take advantage of some of those trainings as the
Absolutely.
MML program?
Absolutely, and I would highly encourage it.
And, you know, even when I came into office, all of us knew, and I joined the MML myself, because I know Taylor wasn't a member. Now they are. It's a great group. I mean, I love working with them now, and it's going to be a great experience for everybody. So.
Yeah, there's endless amounts of opportunities through MML.
Yes.
Madam Chair, to the mayor, as soon as this is, if it's approved, there's a password associated with that. Will that be forwarded to all of us, and so we can get in there and see all the details and look at all the good stuff?
I suspect, but I don't know what that means. I guess I don't want to answer yes at this point in time, but as long as sometimes they allow you like one seat, and as long as nobody else is signed in, then that becomes freed up. Assuming that that's the case, we'll probably develop some operating procedures that say, make sure you log out when you leave, so it doesn't tie up somebody else's ability to sign in. But yes, likely.
Yeah, because there's a lot of good information on that.
Yeah.
So. But just don't assign me to like 3 o'clock in the morning. Tim could do that one.
Okay, item